back to the channel. Sister Kate here, out in this. It's kind of cold today. You can tell by what I'm wearing. And I was just like in my head saying to myself the kind of things I was going to say to y'all. The video is about why cultures need elders. And for us in the faith, elders may mean a little bit different than, say, someone from Japan or South America, Native Americans. Um, but we all understand by elders, we're talking about the older people of our tribe, the older, wiser people in our community. They may be elected, they may be genetically like your grandpa, your auntie, um, your great uncle, something like that. But they are the gray hairs. I got some in mind. And the Bible talks about when the gray head walks into the room, you should stand up. And that's from respect. Because what American culture does is it disrespects the elders and it sidelines them. Once your older person in your family becomes medically challenged, immobile, whatever, we shunt them off into what we call a nursing home, where they are isolated from their families and they are treated by nurses, medical professionals, who may or may not be friendly, personable. I've been in nursing homes. The minimum amount of money is spent in a nursing home to take care of your family member. The nurses do not understand the past history of your elder. And now I'm going to talk about the personal elders, the ones in your family. Nurses don't know their past history, don't know what they like, don't like. They get a medical record that says this person has diabetes and a diet to give them, or whatever it is, heart problems, and medicines to give them, and that's about it. And then they just have a routine of every day, serving breakfast, giving them an IV, giving them medicine. They occasionally have someone come in and cut their toenails. They have machines to help them give these people a bath, and that person just lives there until they die. And it's very sad, and it's emotionally crushing. And in the medical community, it's already known that people who have relatives, who have people praying for them, who have regular social interactions, do better than those that don't. Got to put in their 2 cents worth. They're actually saying where's more food, and hopefully they'll find it. There's more in there for them. The reason a community, a tribe, a social structure, whatever you want to call it, needs elders is because elders have experience. They have wisdom and they have knowledge. They have seen there, been there, done that, hopefully learned lessons from it, and have the wisdom to pass on to people who are interested. And a lot of you guys are like me, you're gray hairs. You know this is true. Even if you made a lot of mistakes in your young life, you can pass that wisdom on. And you can also pass on all the wisdom of what you did right and how you managed to make things better for yourself and your family. Now, like I said, there are cultures that revere ancestors, all the way back. And that's pretty cool, because what it's doing is acknowledging that all your ancestors made wise decisions, sacrifices, took actions, endured things for you to be where you are right now today. And they acknowledge that. And I think there's some worth in that. And I think that's part of the turn of this century, where we're entering a very, very modern age, which is going to be very, very different than the one before it. That people are looking to, well, what did my ancestors do? Where did I come from? How do I approach this new digital world? And what are the things I should look for in it and experiences I get out of it? And how can I use it for my benefit, or should I avoid it? They're looking to a past to give them some guidance on the future. And that's wisdom also. Those who do not study history are doomed to repeat it. Well, yeah, you're going to repeat it anyway, because we're humans and we haven't changed that much. And so There will be people who go to war. There will be people who are businessmen and are very successful. There will be people who are adventurous and explore new areas. And right now, for us, that's space and the ocean. So we are doomed to repeat it, but are we doomed to repeat it badly? That's where the elders also come in to help. Because people like Pastor and I, and people, you, Norm, and all sorts of people who follow me, Grandma Ginger's Farm, and Teresa Jukowitz, and everybody, we've seen many presidents now. The first president I remember seeing on TV was, I want to say JFK, but that was probably, I think it was born after he was assassinated. Then it would have been the Vietnam War when I was a kid, 5. So that's what, almost 60 years ago, y'all. 60 years of watching every 4 years the presidents change, the Congress getting elected and reelected, the Senate getting elected and reelected, and what those political bodies did while they were in office, and how the country did while they were in office, and how I personally did while they were in office. And with that knowledge, that's where I'm getting some of the information I'm putting out to you. So I did a live stream yesterday. It's called Pathway to War. Of course, YouTube demonetized it. Yeah, ducks do kind of imprint on you when you raise them up from when they're little. You become their parent, and they're like, what are we doing next? They're looking to see if they're supposed to go down to that pond, but it's frozen right now, and I did throw other food out for them, so we'll just see what they do. Anyway, Pathway to War, of course, was demonetized. I knew it would be. Fair play. You know, YouTube tells you ahead of time, so if you do a video like that, you know, there's no reason to get upset about that. But it's a good video. It's a good live stream. And in it, I am able to, and have put together for you all, tidbits, facts, in a long string that leads us to where we are now. And it will give you an idea of what's really happening and why you should stop watching social media people, except for your own entertainment when you have time. But you should understand the political situation happening right now and how our government right now ties into that. And why your vote next time, trusting that the voting isn't tampered with, is really important. And it's really important for you as a citizen to voice your opinion to your elected officials, because even though it seems like they don't respond, sometimes they do. Sometimes when there's an overwhelming amount of feedback to them, because they're going to go on their own knowledge unless they get a bunch of feedback. Sometimes it changes the course of what the politics are doing, because they're kind of operating in a vacuum up there in DC, and the only way for them to get information from their constituents is for you to communicate with them. Okay, so I recommend you watch Pathway to War. It's on my channel. It's in the video section, but I think the video section, at least when I go there, is divided between the regular videos, and then there's a little heading that says live, and all the live streams are under that heading. I think if you are not a person who cares about history and politics, this information might be something beneficial to you, and that's the reason I did it. So back to elders. If your elders are unwise and unruly and they're leading your family on the wrong direction, you don't have to follow them. Just because they're related to you, no. Bad apples spoil the whole fruit. Leaven will leaven the whole loaf. You go to elders you can trust, elders who are going to benefit you, your family, your tribe, your community. You follow advice that you can see is proven to be knowledgeable, truthful, and beneficial. And I shouldn't have to tell you that. You should know that. But our society is so slippery these days that, you know, there's a whole bunch of people who think that if you're well dressed and you speak well, then I should just follow you without questioning what you're actually saying to me. And that's not a good way to go through life. You should question things. You should be asking why, and you should be looking for what's behind, you know, like in The Wizard of Oz, what's behind the curtain? What is being said to me, and what is the person saying this to me trying to get to happen? Pastor Joe and I are looking to make a stronger America. That is what his book is about. That's what his channel is about. I am also on that path just because I like people, I care about people, but I don't want to have a bunch of automatons following me around just saying, yes, Sister K, whatever you say. Yes, Sister K, whatever you say. I want you to be a strong, independent person. And so that's my goal, is to help you become that. Make wise choices. Think about what you're doing. Have a plan. Project forward what you want next, and then make steps to make that happen. All right, y'all. Elders, we're valuable. We're resources. Use us. Go to your elders, ask them questions, learn things, build up your tribe, build up on the foundation that they have laid for you, and add your bricks in to make it even stronger. All right, y'all. Got to get to it. Bless you. Shalom.